What is going on, all you spies? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 69, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dreamwork's Kung Fu Panda 2, the sequel to Kung Fu Panda, and the second installment in the Kung Fu Panda trilogy. So, what are my thoughts on this movie? Not bad, actually. It was fun. It was different from the first one, I can tell you that. It had a different theme to it. That theme was family. Cause it's about Po finding his past, basically, discovering his past. And that's what really wild about the movie is that he discovers that his dad isn't actually his dad. At least he finds. I mean, from the first movie, you already know that his dad isn't actually his dad based off of their genetics, because he's a goose and he's a panda. So it was really interesting. But yeah, this movie takes place just after the events of the first one. I don't exactly know what time. I think it was just a few months. There's actually a TV show called Legends of Awesomeness with a different voice actor, Po. And it's actually the journey of between becoming Dragon Master or Dragon Warrior. Sorry. Basically, he and Po and the Furious Five are they're tasked to defeat Lord Shen. I think his name is Chen. Yeah, Chen. I think. Who's a giant peacock. And basically he wants to just he had this weapon thing. It's like this is like a dragon, I think. And wants to take over China with it, because I love the logo, the intro logo was really nice, because DreamWorks, this specific, like I said before in the last episode, this specific franchise, this trilogy was DreamWorks did a little justice by making it a special franchise, making it a special trilogy. I mean, I'm only calling it a trilogy because I've only gotten 3 so far, but it's just the way that it's been done. The intro is really nice, because you have Master Oogway who died in the first one, and he basically he's the DreamWorks moon person. And it was really like old ancient Chinese intro. It was really nice. So I was really cool about that. This movie, and overall, it was a really connection movie, because it's the first time Po realizes that that his parents were they abandoned him at a very young age, like a baby. So that's why his father explains why he's his father. It was really interesting movie. It had some good humor, because Po's always that funny character. I believe in the teaser, there's always a teaser, and in the teaser it was different, because I mean they always change it up, but in the teaser it was just like this really funny little thing. But yeah, the marketing is really cool. You have I believe in the marketing, the poster had Po standing on the number 2, which was the number 2 was really, I really like DreamWorks their animation style with their numbering. When they use big numbers that stand out, they like to put those little designs on them. I noticed that the design on the 2 is actually, it's kind of like the 2 in How to Train Your Dragon 2, but they use kind of like a pattern that's reminiscent of what the movie is, which is really interesting. But the main idea of the movie is that Lord Shen, like I said before, he's taking over China. He wants to take over China with this giant weapon thing. And so Po has to team up with the Furious Five to take him down. And of course, what happening is that Po finds out about his past through visions. Like every time he sees these symbols, he's taken off guard by these visions of his past. Basically, they go from the CGI animation, and they go back to the old style 2D animation, to kind of retell Poe's life, like what happened in his past. I feel like not a lot of DreamWorks movies do that, especially sequels. And DreamWorks don't really do that. Pixar's more like that, but not DreamWorks. There's a lot of DreamWorks movies out there, but this is the franchise that really, it's solid. It's really it's funny. It's swell. Like you can connect with the character, and the voice acting is really good. I always love the voice acting. You know, Kung Bed is always a really good franchise to watch, um, and they always do a good job. And I actually, the only truth, I'll try to get into the Legends of Awesomeness show, but I only watched a couple episodes because it was so confusing. The continuity is so out of place. Like you can get all these DVDs and it's like you don't know which episode to go in what order, and it's like basically a bunch of jumble. Plus, the voice actor for Poe isn't even the same voice actor as in the movies, which is interesting because in How to Train Dragon, Jay Baruchel, he voices Hiccup in all the medias, which is weird. Not the same for Kung Panda, but I like the fact that Kung Panda, like in this movie, he's he's realized what his past is. And also what's really interesting about the movie is the fact that he takes liking to, I mean, I think it's that way. He takes liking to tigers. Like he's more interested in tigers and the vice versa. So I wonder if Poe is actually I wonder if he likes tigers like that. Like I mean, she says it's a friend, but like I wonder because he's like always reaching out to tigers and always there for her, and she's in return. But it's like, what's going on there? So I was interested, and I didn't realize this before, but apparently Mantis is actually voiced by Seth Rogen, who, if you don't know, he was in Green Hornet, a spy movie thing. It was really, I didn't know that at all. But this movie was fantastic. Not the best movie. I'm not a big fan of Panda. Like, I only do reviews on movies that I actually enjoyed, that I thought they did a really good job at, and I feel like they deserve to be reviewed. And this movie franchise, it has a good tone to it. It really does. I feel like it does it well with the storytelling. Like, it tells a really powerful story about betrayal. Like in this movie, it was all about betrayal. Or abandonment, because the Lord Shay basically he basically is responsible for his parents abandoning him at the young age and taking care of, and then of course his dad tells him about his past and the fact that he finds this panda cub, and basically takes him in as his own, and that was really crazy about the story. Is it's the first movie that I've actually, DreamWorks movie that I actually found a connection to, because I didn't realize it was like that before. And I liked it. It's a fun movie. Honestly, it is. It's a fun movie. It's powerful. It has a connection to it. You learn a lot more about Poe than you did in the first one, because you actually. I feel like they use, like, when the dad, Mr. Ping, he calls him Zhao Li, or Zhao or Poe. Actually, apparently Poe is like a family name, I want to say, because at the end of the movie, we see a bunch of pandas, because the idea is that there aren't any pandas left, because the idea of the movie is that there aren't any pandas left, and then at the end of the movie we have, and I'm gonna spoil it because it's been 6 years since the movie came out, and the third movie only came out last year, so it's kind of been a while. But basically, at the end of the movie, we see we see a big panda who apparently is his father, because he's like, my son is alive, and then we see a valley of pandas. So basically, the pandas are confirmed to be not extinct and actually alive, which is really interesting. I really like that. We see that, because it's kind of sets up for the third one. Because actually, I didn't see the third one, which I will see next week. But I didn't see the third one, and I noticed in the trailer it was actually about him reuniting with his family, which is kind of, I guess that kind of sets up for that, the initial Panda trilogy. I've only seen the initial because there are more coming apparently. But this movie, the marketing was really, really good, because it's like they always market the two. Like I noticed in the two, you have Poe's ears make it 2, Jack Black make it 2, and then the 2 feet, everything 2. I really found that really funny. But yeah, it had only been 3 years since the last movie came out, so it was really fun. But yeah, this movie, it had something about it. Like, I can connect with the character, like I kind of a lot of movies, and it was really fun. because you see Poe's journey from becoming a dragon warrior, and he's still kind of like not the best, but we can see him kind of giving off and making jokes, and you know, being there for Tigress. I wonder what's going on there. um, but yeah, I did feel a lot of things going on right there. All the characters are back, of course. Every character comes back, but I do feel like the humor is there, obviously, but he realizes that his parents abandoned him, and we get a lot more backstory, a very different style of backstory, but we get a lot of backstory that we didn't know before, and that's what I liked about the movie. It was interesting. It had that tone. The intro itself was really, it was a different movie. I felt like it was very different. Like it took a while actually it took a while for the logo intro to actually appear, which is something I've been seeing a lot more often in movies, is that it takes several minutes for the actual logo to appear, because they always make sure the logo appears, but it takes a while. It takes a few minutes for that to happen. I mean, not too long, just a few minutes, which is interesting. I mean, movies they take the longest, like 5 minutes actually have the intro happen. But no, this movie was fantastic. It's not the best movie, but it was definitely a good movie, and it had that good Chinese vibe to it. Like, it had that really good thing, because it was a joke where it was like the year of the peacock, and because Lord Shen, or whatever his name is, was voiced by, surprisingly, Gary Oldman. I found out about this. I'm like, who is that voice actor? He sounds like someone like, I don't know, Rowan Atkinson. But he is actually Gary Oldman, and he's in there. Of course, you know Gary Oldman from the Harry Potter movies, which is really cool, and the Batman movies, of course. But it was this peacock. It was like saying the year of the peacock, and then it's like, oh, Happy New Year, sir. And that was a China reference, because the Chinese New Year happens. It's not the same time as regular New Year, but it definitely happens. So I feel like the Dreamworks really took time to actually, you know, make it happen. A lot of studios, I feel like, when they're making movies like based off of foreign countries, they actually take the time to like research that country, and they did a really good job at homaging that to it. So I really feel like, you know, this movie had a lot to it. It was like teamwork and a hint of romance, because there's some kind of thing going on between Poe and Tigress, because he's like, you know, they're both kind of looking out for each other, and always like there for each other. It's really interesting. That actually, there was a really interesting scene at the end of the movie when Poe hugs Tigress fraternally, and Crane is like that. It's as if like he's kissing her or something, which is not actually what's happening, but it's like, what's going on there? So to wrap this review up, I just want to say it was fun. It was different from the first movie. I can tell you that it was different. It was not what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing, you know, a different movie, but this movie had a different thing. Actually, it had the voice actor, or the voice of the guy who did the Allstate commercials. I don't remember who that guy is exactly, but I did know he was in the Allstate commercials, and he voices one of, I think, the Rhino. It's really cool. We have basically the same cast of characters, except with a few new ones. But it was really fun. I just liked it. It was the martial arts. They really make sure that our martial arts are taken care of. They make sure that the choreography with the martial arts is done proper. They don't want to like make martial arts that don't actually look real, because they are real. And the character, the way they move, it's really cool. Especially the Lord Shen. He's really cool to see. But yeah, that's really all I can say about the movie. Besides the fact that it was different, and it was special, and it had its own tone, and a very different tone from the first movie, about connection, about abandonment. You know, feeling that tone, we can kind of feel how we can kind of connect to Poe and how he feels about, because he's always losing concentration whenever he sees these symbols. It turns out the symbols are the visions that he's getting about his family, about what's happening to his family. He's like, oh my gosh, my dad's not my real dad, and says like, and this is actually adopted, which is new. So it was really interesting. Of course, Poe's always making a goof out of himself, and you know, not being good at kung fu. He's actually not bad at kung fu, but you know, he's always. I feel like he's making everything not a big deal, which is what his character is. You just feel like nothing is a big deal. It's really funny. So that's what I liked about the movie, was the fact that this franchise, Poe is just a funny character. He's just comedy. I mean, Jack Black is an artist, funny character, but a funny character actor for this character, but he's all over the place. So anyway, I think that does it for this review. So what I really can say about the movie besides what I thought about it. I'd rate it a 9 out of 10. I'm just gonna say that because it's not the best movie I've seen, but it definitely had its worth. It's not bad. I didn't hate it. Dreamwork is a good studio, so anyway, that does it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. We really appreciate it. And if you're new around here, I do reviews, I do podcasts, I do other fun shit like that. I do reactions, so make sure you subscribe and also click that notification click the notification bell right here, whatever we call it, to get notifications about new videos that come out. And also, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to my second channel, Ultimate Gaming. Link will be in the description for that. I do gameplay videos and stuff like that. And then also, if you missed last week's episode, I have it right here. I did Kung Fu Panda. And then of course the previous episode where I did Inside Out, so make sure to click those links, and I will hopefully see next week I'll be reviewing Commander 3, and then the following week Surprise. So I'm just going to choose the next episode now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time for Kung Fu Panda 3. Alright, see ya.